run, two, come, let's go. I said a 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 run, two, come, let's go.
All right. Welcome back. This gonna be a quick one today. I don't normally talk politics, but since it's the hottest subject right now, I gotta have some type of input from my personal perspective. So what I want to do right now, I just want to read you a quick parts of a quick article. And the main purpose of this video is to show you how fickle, if you don't know what fickle means, look it up. Show you how fickle politics is, or are. Show you how fickle politics are. This article is from Politico. Basically, it says the Supreme Court shuts down two of Trump's court cases. And it says the announcement may indicate that the justices are seeking to put the Trump era behind them. Who is doing that? The justices. The Supreme Court has effectively shut down two lawsuits alleging that former President Donald Trump was violating the Constitution by profiting from his public office, the court said Monday. The announcement indicates that the justices are looking to put the Trump era behind them and are not eager to wade into disputes about his personal and business affairs. That's pretty much what it says. Now, if you notice, it said they're looking to put it behind them. But what about when it was right in front of them? So if they're looking to put it behind them, why it's right in front of them, why didn't they do it then? Why didn't they do it then? This lawsuit, in the article, it talks about how these lawsuits have been going on for 3 years. For 3 years. And made no headway, had no footing. And after 3 years, basically, when the man is out of office, we just want to put it behind us. We ain't trying to pursue it. We don't need it in the headlines. None of that. Why? Why? Why do they want to put it behind them? I'm just asking. I'm not saying nothing good or bad. I'm just asking a question. I didn't say anything. I'm asking you a question. Let's read on. The outcome in the case also signals how ineffective the courts proved to be in policing Trump's alleged violations of the clauses that they talk about is emolument, EMOLUMENTS clauses, and I don't want to keep saying that word because I don't want to confuse you, which prohibit any president from receiving funds related to their official duties from any foreign or state government. Now, it say these lawsuits was brought up by a group of citizens for responsibility and ethics in Washington, and it's been going on since 2017. And like I said before, after 3.5 years, they really reached the fact-finding stage and said, The justice's decision Monday declared the two suits are moot. M-O-O-T. They're moot. Apparently due to Trump leaving office last week. They're telling you why. It says it right in front of your face. Apparently, the question is why? Apparently, due to Trump leaving office last week. The high courts also wiped out the rulings that federal appeals court in New York and Virginia had issues saying the suits could proceed to discovery. So at the end of the day, from what I see, it sounds like to me, I'm not telling you anything, what I'm saying is it sounds like to me, since the man is out of office, these don't even matter. We don't need to pursue it. Therefore, he won't be in the headlines. Therefore, you really won't be thinking about him. You really won't be thinking about him. It also said the Supreme Court did not offer a detailed explanation of its rationale. No justice recorded any dissent. The action was announced as part of a routine orders list the court issued Monday morning. So, at the end of the day, I'm not for Democrats. I'm not for Republicans. I'm not for Trump. I'm not for Biden. I'm not for a person in general. Neither shall you be. You should look at the politics and how it affects you. Put a mask on a person or close your eyes and listen to what they're saying. The person, not just the news, not just the newspapers. What the person is saying. If you take in context, not out of context, if you take in context what the person is saying and look at their policies, that would be a good, efficient way, without all the noise, to find out what candidate in the future you should vote for. Because at the end of the day, it's politics. It's this group against this group, and there might be a few other groups in here, independent or whatever. But listen to the politics. Now, you definitely, according to the election, you know what I mean? People that voted for Biden, you got what you wanted. People that voted for Trump didn't get what they wanted. So it sounds like to me that this group of people and this group of people are going to be at each other's heads through this presidency. Y'all going to hear whispers of Trump and remember the negativity. And if they decide to put stuff out, you're going to clamor on to those ideas and those images to control your future vision or your perception or your personification of what the last president was or was not to you. But all I'm saying is be careful, because it was such a big deal while this man was in office, but now it's just a moot point. I'm not saying that's good or bad. But I'm just saying it is what it is. That's what is. So if you want to continue to allow your brain to be ping-ponged around, have at it. I'm not telling you what to do, but what I will suggest is just in your future voting aspirations, just listen to what the candidate is saying, look at the policies, and make a decision in that manner. And last but not least, I want to say this. There's been a new wave of individuals since this last election with conspiracy theories, with secret societies and things of that nature. That stuff has always been there. Just like if you go to any neighborhood, if you come to Cincinnati and you go to any neighborhood in Cincinnati, you might see the people that's out doing stuff, but you don't know who else is there. So it's secret societies in neighborhoods. You got gangs, you got cliques, you got robbery boys, you got You see what I'm saying? So why wouldn't it be in politics? And why wouldn't it be in the world? The same way, like I said before, that these people click up in the street in your hood, or two hoods click up together, or two enemies click up to ride on somebody else. That's the same thing they do on the political level, on the state level, as well as on the federal level and on the international level. If you start to read, I'm just gonna say publications that discuss, again, macroeconomics, or discuss things outside of your boundaries or your environment, you'll simply understand this. This is not nothing new. They talk about these royal bloodlines and things of that nature. We get into that in another video, but is it a conspiracy, or is what it is? It's just families that had power that want to keep power. And they want to figure out how to keep power. Then there's other families over here that had power or want power. And they going to try to keep their power. What's the big deal? Look in your neighborhood. Look at your turf. Especially when it got to do with getting money. They're fighting for supremacy. They're fighting for power. It's no conspiracy. It's what it is. It's families fighting. In the hood, who rules the hood? He who has the gold makes the rules. The Connect run the hood. For real. If he putting everybody on in the hood, he run the hood. The underground. I ain't talking about police and things of that nature. Law enforcement, y'all do y'all thing. Y'all run the hood in the aspects of keeping things safe as much as y'all can, things of that nature. So I'm not saying the criminals run it out. I'm saying in the underground aspect of the hood, the Connect run the hood because he putting everybody on. So he running the G's, and not the G's, but he's running the guys in the hood who get in the pack. You know what I'm saying? He running them. And if he wanted to, he could put one against the other. He could say, hey man, he owe me 30,000. This guy over on this block, he owe me 30,000 over there. I tell you what, if y'all go ride over him, y'all can take half of it. And y'all can have his block. He ain't losing. If the product stay the same, it's coming from the same person. What happens is the person start to move out the way, right? So the guys from this hood could be like, hey, them guys over there is this, them guys over there is that. And talking about the leader, they could specifically start pinpointing him. When he was locked up, he did this. Well, he ain't loyal, he did this. Well, he's shortcutting you and paying him. Like, they could start slandering his name. That's the same thing they do in the media. That's the same thing they do in politics. It's the same thing. It's nothing conspiratorial. That's not a word. But there's nothing that has to do with conspiracy. It is what it is. If it's happening, it's happening. And if it's happening in the hood, what makes you think it's not happening in the government? They just doing it in a different manner. They do it with a pen instead of a gun. Instead of busting in your door themselves, they call law enforcement when you're in violation. You know? You've heard of these politicians weaponizing or using the police as weapons. You heard of that. It's the people in charge. You could watch any of them old crime shows or drug TV shows or whatever. For some reason, the judge, the prosecutor, the police, they went to school together. They see each other every day. They at work together. Why wouldn't they talk? But you say, man, they in cahoots. They see each other every single day. They work together. I'm just saying. Last but not least, y'all been hearing a lot about, since y'all now are up on these quote-unquote secret societies, man, this stuff, like I said before in one video, this been going on. I did a CD in the 90s about it. You know, this is nothing new. It's just, you know, it's new for the new people. or it could be new to you. But now you're going to hear a lot about, this certain guy want to have population control. Nothing new. They've been using population control techniques to control the population so they'll have resources. But I just want you to get one idea in your head. For those that live in America, when we look at population control, when we look at politics, when we look at what's going on, the rules of supremacies or families, people that want to rule, two families against each other, whatnot. What is the common denominator in the U.S.? What a common denominator is what is similar or alike between all the people involved. So the common denominator to have power in a land is not just the money. It's the source of the money. It's the labor. And what is labor? It's us. It's people. Now, if you were not me, if you were hypothetically the ruler or in power of the United States, and you had people or you had labor, would you want to kill your people or kill your labor? And if you do, why? See, it doesn't make sense to kill all the labor to have depopulation, because you know why? Why would you want to depopulate your country when your enemy's country is flourishing? If they have an army of 5 million soldiers, ground soldiers ready to go, why would you depopulate your soldiers? That don't make logical sense. That means you're literally outnumbered and you're cutting your knees off, and you ain't gonna be able to fight them 5 million if you got 1 or 2 million. Like, it's already unbalanced, but if you kill them, Now, I will say this. If you wanted your country to fall, you would starve them, kill them, keep them out of shape so if they go in combat, they won't be trained or ready to get out. Not saying our country, I'm just saying if you had a country and you wanted to get rid of the soldiers in your country or the people in your country or the soldiers that were supposed to fight them, if you wanted to get rid of them to make them weak, so you could, because your heart really want to click up with them, you allow your soldiers to get weak so they could swoop in and take over. I mean, that makes sense, right? So let me make it plain. I'm going to make it plain. It wouldn't be a good idea to depopulate your country when your soldiers are supposed to protect your country, as well as everybody that's born in your country has to pay taxes, right? Why? Because your country has debt because they owe these other countries. If you have a deficit of trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in your country, and the only way to pay that back is through the labor or what you can create from your country to be sold, you don't want to kill your labor and you don't want to kill your soldiers that's protecting the labor. It don't make sense. But what you do probably want to do is keep them under control. So anytime you get out of line, whack. Oh, you ain't going to listen. Now you going to get eradicated. We want to see who going to wild out the most. Who's going to get out of control? And we got a place for you. We're going to go on and make you docile. Why? Because we want to make you an example to the rest of the labor. So we want to make an example to the rest of the labor. We need all labor to fall in line. I don't care what kind of work you do. You all paying taxes. You're born in a debt. You got to help us pay this debt off in your country. This imaginary country. You know? Imaginary scenario. So all I'm saying is, don't get afraid of depopulation. The reason why, it is what it is. When we talk about vaccines and stuff, do the research on the vaccines. If you're going to take them, take it. If you ain't, you ain't. It is what it is. Don't be scared. You either going to do it or you not. You going to vote for this candidate or this candidate for whatever reason. You got to quit being a sheep, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You got to quit being scared. Make a decision. Put your heart on it. It is what it is. Roll that dice. You crap out, you crap out. You going red or black? I want to go green. Of course you want to go green. Neutral. Green don't exist. Now it's red or black. What you going to do? That being said, with this article, don't let them ping pong you around. It was a priority to, to have this stuff while Trump was in office. Now it's just a moot point. They playing with you. I'm just saying. Quit letting them play with you. That being said, like I said, it's going to be a short video. Till next time. These.
Run to come, let's go. I said, run.